If you're wondering how to land your first job in cloud or DevOps using AWS, you're not alone. I get this question all the time. Whether you are completely new and just starting your journey, or you're already working as a web developer or a software engineer, today I'm going to cover 5 things that you can start working on right now to move you towards your goal of landing a job as a cloud engineer. Hi, if you're new around here, my name is Ryan. I'm an AWS certified solutions architect and developer, and my goal is to teach you modern cloud system design using AWS. Let's get into it. First, start with the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. This certification is beginner friendly and gives you a great overview of the core AWS services and concepts. If you know nothing about the cloud, a foundational certification can equip you with the vocabulary and the list of services that you will use regularly as a cloud engineer. Why it's valuable. A certification like this is recognized by employers as a strong starting point. It also builds confidence and structure for your learning. Some tips to get started with this are that you can use the AWS Skill Builder and you can watch free tutorials on YouTube. Once you start to get a feel for the topics that will be on the exam, you can take free practice exams. You don't need to memorize every single service, you can just focus on the core concepts. Number 2, learn infrastructure as code. IAC is used in nearly every single cloud and DevOps job. Knowledge of tools like Terraform and the AWS CDK are in high demand. It shows that you can automate and manage infrastructure in a programmatic way. Some of the tools to focus on. First is going to be Terraform. It's great for declarative multi-cloud setups, and it's also used a ton in DevOps. Next, I would say the AWS Cloud Development Kit, or the CDK, especially in TypeScript or Python. The CDK is ideal for people who are already developers and already know a programming language. Places to start learning the fundamentals of these tools are of course going to be tutorials, documentation, or even repos with sample code and templates that you can study. Number 3, get hands-on. Certifications are good, but skills are what's going to get you hired. Once you know an infrastructure as code tool, start building some small focused projects. This can include hosting a static website with S3 and CloudFront, setting up a GitHub Actions pipeline or a code pipeline to deploy infrastructure, writing a backup script using the AWS CLI and a Lambda function, and creating an API gateway with an endpoint that triggers a Lambda function. And this leads me to number 4, build a portfolio. Upload your projects to GitHub and consider writing or talking about what you're learning. Even posting what you've built on LinkedIn helps you get noticed. Start creating your portfolio with the projects that you've built and the concepts that you've studied. This will begin to help you communicate to potential employers the skills that you've learned. Why this matters. Hiring managers love seeing your projects in action because it proves that you can do what you say you can do on your resume. Some things that you can include in this portfolio: a GitHub repo with a README outlining what you did, some CDK code, some Terraform templates, and even some screenshots. A link to a working or hosted application that can be interacted with. A personal blog or a YouTube channel with posts that document your journey. A finished but not necessarily perfect project that's built in public will always beat something that is perfect and built in private. You have to put yourself out there so that people can see what you can do. Number 5, learn DevOps fundamentals. Git, Linux, Docker, CI/CD tools, monitoring, etc. These are key skills in real-world jobs, and every single cloud job will use them. Once you have learned the fundamentals of your cloud provider and how to deploy and manage infrastructure, go deep on these other topics. Some tools and topics that you'll want to understand. First is Git and GitHub. Just learn the basics of version control. Next is Linux. Learn the command line, file system, and permissions. You're also going to want to learn Docker, learn container basics, building and running images. Next is continuous integration and continuous deployment pipelines. If you're already using GitHub for your repositories, I would suggest starting with GitHub Actions, but you can also learn Code Pipeline or GitLab CI. They all fundamentally work the same way. Finally, learn monitoring and logging, just basic CloudWatch usage. Understand where your logs go and how to read them. DevOps is not just a single tool, it's about automation and reliability. The best thing that you can do is just start with one project and keep going. Every line of code that you write brings you closer to your goal. If you found value in this, please don't forget to like the video. And let me know down in the comments what videos you want to see next, or if you need help picking a good first project. Thank you for watching.